Kodiak bears? What's a Kodiak bear? Oh, is that one of the memes? You've never seen a Kodiak bear before. Bears would eat your bullets without any milk. Better hope they don't pull up to the salty Splatoon, I guess. Oh, wow. The bears must be so hard. I'm hard. Just like this David. It's not even a David, it's a Vittorio. Alright, let me get back on my gen, you idiots. What is, guys, how are we dying to the dredge? The dredge doesn't even know what game he's playing. How are we dying to this thing? Just run away from it. Can we get 2 hours of Outlast? Dude, I could beat Whistleblower in like an hour and 15 on Nightmare difficulty. I really speedrun that game. I told you. I'm a bit out of practice right now, but I could finish Whistleblower probably after. Dude, I could probably do it tonight if you want me to. What do you mean nah? What do you mean nah? I have done it. I have 20 hours on Outlast alone. I've played that game 4 fucking times. 5 times probably. Yeah, Whistleblower is very short. It's just some of the scenes are, you know, some of the scenes are kind of crazy. Weird lie. Okay, Licorice. So what I'm gonna do? Right? I'm gonna remember your name. You have an I instead of a fucking a 1 instead of an I. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how many hours I have on the game. I'm gonna pull up my Steam, and then I'm gonna fucking ban your ass. How, bro? How many times? How many? Oh, I thought I'd get an item from my my troubles. Why is it only my gens are being blown up? He hates my fucking gens. Hello? Oh, I thought it was one of the fake add-ons. Alright, you stupid crab. Get over here. Get over here. Let me teach you a lesson for bullying my teammates. Come here. Yes, Papa's what? You're running Pain Res. Eruption. You're running Pain Res. Eruption. Pop goes the weasel. That's what you're telling me right now. Look at you not even fucking swinging because you're a loser. Oh my god, you are like kind of big. Kind of a big killer. What is that, thwack? Oh, you're a fucking loser. I wonder if he goes right through the... Yeah. Get out of here. Go back to basement. Nice, we got a little 1-gen chase going. Let's fucking go. Yeah, that was so weird. His whole body was sticking through the fence. What are these stupid dolls over here? Nice. Windows brain? I don't even have Windows. I don't have Windows opportunity. What do you mean Windows brain? You know what's nice about this map? This map is nice. When you hold W, it's mostly ship pallets, but when you hold W, you know there's going to be another ship pallet. So there's really no, you know, benefit of staying at a shitty loop. Go to another shitty loop, right? It's very simple, not complicated. If you use a couple of the brain cells, rub them together, you can survive in this game. How do you gesture so fast? Nothing $5 can't teach you. Teach you for $5. You want to know how to gesture so fast? I'm not even so slimy. It's just the way it has to be. There's a recession. Hello, David. It is me. New sub badges when? I might have forgot to get new sub badges. See what happens when you guys aren't on my ass and you guys just do nothing? Just pretend when you're in chat like you're working for me. That's basically what you should know. What, I just died here, bro. Psych, he's on good ping. I don't die. Let's fucking go. Ah! Oh, I thought the wall would save me. Yeah, I totally forgot. He gets like haste out this bitch, doesn't he? Oh, I just died here. There's nothing to do there. Fuck, man. That cosmetic doesn't look horrible. I wouldn't spend $30 on it. But, you know, it doesn't look bad. Please don't be Pain Res. I don't think it's Pain Res. Ada, go get healed. Stop doing nothing. Free. We have 0 pallets. For some reason, somebody dropped the Jungle Gym pallet. I don't mind when people die. It's natural in Dead by Daylight. The problem is, if you're dropping resources while dying, that's a big no-no. That's a big no-no. What do you mean natural selection? If you're dying while dropping resources, like somehow they have 4 stages with pallet dropped. That doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me at all. Do I like this map? This is probably my favorite map.
Green flag at the back means it is time. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights in Budapest. And the Hungarian Grand Prix is underway. Lando Norris chops across his teammate, but it's a good reaction time for Oscar Piastri. The two cars go side by side with Piastri down to the inside. Verstappen trying to go the long way round. Piastri takes the lead of the race. Lando Norris in second. Verstappen off the road as he rejoins, having gone off all 4 wheels. Trying to take advantage and take second place is Lewis Hamilton. Verstappen funnels wide Lewis Hamilton. Oscar Piastri leads. Lando Norris retakes third.
Max has to give the position. We're on it.
I was ahead at the apex and he just opened the wheel to go for us off.
Understood, Max.
Norris now, who's already lost the place on the inside, he's exactly like Barcelona for him. Now he's got to look to the outside, and there comes Max steaming round the outside. Lando could have done the same thing to his teammate, technically, and just kept it pinned, used the runoff area like Max has done, but he was fairer in that example, backed off.
Here's a chance for Sainz up against Fernando Alonso. These two have raced each other already this year. It got very rough in China, but that's a tidy move and an easy pass for the winner of the Australian Grand Prix.
Max, the incident is under investigation. I think our recommendation is you let this go. We can talk about it later.
Well, why can't they not just say what they think and then we decide? That's the...
He's slowing down, they will switch positions, and Lando Norris takes second place. Red Bull decide not to risk the penalty. Hamilton in, an 8-time winner of this Grand Prix. He's managed to keep pace with those ahead, and he's the first one of the top 5 to come in and change tyres. He goes from medium to hard on lap 17, and everyone now is going to be forced to respond.
Let's see Max's stop.
Not ideal. 3 seconds for a team that are used to getting it around 2 seconds. In comes Sainz, one of our 6 different winners so far this year. He's on the hard tyre as well. Verstappen rejoins behind Piastri, behind Norris, and a switch for the current podium places. Hamilton steps onto what would be a net 3rd place. Fighting in into 11 off the road.
Wow. Play cool, be cool, Oscar.
That's what brought Lando Norris back into play. Here comes Verstappen, DRS wide open, wasn't able to shape for the move before. Is he laid on the brakes? He is. Hamilton covers it off, but locks up doing so. Will that open the door for Verstappen? Are they going to go wheel to wheel once again? Hamilton on the left-hand side. Verstappen trying to sweep around the outside and take the place. He goes off the road. He can't slow it down, and it's Hamilton staying in 3rd for the moment.
A -5 brake pace and the thing just doesn't turn. It's unbelievable.
And Hamilton again in early, so there's a long way to take the tyre, but he comes in, and so does Charles Leclerc.
Looking for the undercut on Verstappen.
Unusual because he went longer in the first
He did.
stint, but they've just tried to catch Red Bull out with that very short second stint. Good stop from Ferrari, good stop from Mercedes as well, very sensible on both.
It's quite impressive how we let ourselves get undercut and just completely race.
Lando Norris will be the McLaren that gets the fresh tyres first.
Can he undercut Piastri from here? 2 seconds.
That's the question, isn't it? Can he get onto the fresher rubber? Can he put the pressure on that way? They chose to bring in their leader in the championship.
Okay, Oscar, Lando has pitted to cover Hamilton, to make sure he covers Hamilton. We'll manage that situation. Best pace from you now, best pace.
Yeah, Sainz dives off into the pit lane as well, which will unleash Norris round the final corner, and I think Lando is going to lead the race.
This is going to be a huge moment. Lando Norris goes past his teammate, and it's going to be the net lead of the Grand Prix. They told Piastri it was to cover off Hamilton. Is that the moment that has decided our winner today?
Okay, Lando. Oscar has just pitted. We'd like to re-establish the order at your convenience.
Oh, big moments into the gravel for Oscar Piastri. That is more than you want to be dipping the wheels. Okay, Max Verstappen comes into the pits to finish this sequence of stops with massive consequences for who wins this Grand Prix and who's on the podium as well.
Well, that's some gentle introduction.
No, mate, don't give me that. Now, you guys give me this strategy, okay? I'm trying to rescue myself.
We need you to save more tyres, please, and we do want to let Oscar through. We should have boxed him first then, surely, no? Doesn't matter. I mean, it does. For me, maybe.
Game on for fourth place. Could be the final place on the podium. They're fighting on the racetrack once again. Max Verstappen to the apex first. And he's got the place from the Ferrari. He will go up against Lewis Hamilton next. One position gained as Verstappen tries to minimize the damage in the points in the World Championship and tries to climb back onto the podium.
And Lando, we still think you're using the tyres too much. Turn 4, turn 11, and the rear's exit. Turn 6, turn 9. Oscar's 3.5. I know you'll do the right thing.
As Verstappen, well, will he dive this time?
This time he gets there, he locks up and he makes contact with his old rival. Verstappen and Hamilton come together again, battling for the final place on the podium, and they're into each other to drop Max Verstappen off the road down to 5th place.
Yeah, moved on to braking.
I'm not even going to get into a radio fight with the other teams, Max. We'll let the stewards do their thing. It's childish on the radio. Childish.
I didn't move the steering, mate.
Copy, mate. So that was Verstappen. He arrived out control into that one. The way to win a championship is not by yourself, it's with the team. You're going to need Oscar, and you're going to need the team.
Lando Norris is backing off. He was on the cusp of a second Grand Prix victory, and it's a situation that DC knows from his career. A swap of positions. Oscar Piastri goes back through into the lead of a Grand Prix. The man from Melbourne leads. He was a champion in Formula 3, a champion in Formula 2. He announced himself in Formula 1 with a tweet that said he would not be driving for another team. It turned out that he would be driving for McLaren, and he's taking that McLaren to the top step of the podium. The Australian driver advances all the way to the checkered flag. Oscar Piastri wins for the first time in Formula 1. It's a McLaren 1-2. And the driver who grew up hearing V10 engines in his back garden because he lives so close to the track in Melbourne is now one.
What are you doing in this neighborhood? South Central.
Getting into a lot of bullshit.
No kidding. And you're going to get killed one day.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna get killed here, but
You've been there for how long?
4 months.
4 months in a terrible neighborhood,
Yeah,
especially for a white girl like you.
yeah, and I had no idea about South Central.
But you're not leaving, I notice.
No, yeah, no, not yet.
You like the danger?
No, not that I like it, but
You're staying there.
yeah,
99 out of 100 young ladies would leave and go to someplace safer,
probably.
as I suggested last time.
Yeah.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Spiffing Brit, and today, welcome to the glorious game of Planet Coaster 2. The developers have sent me an early access copy, and I have decided that today, I'm going to do something very stupid. You see, Planet Coaster 2 is a roller coaster tycoon game, where your goal is to build fantastically elaborate roller coaster theme parks with brilliant rides and thrilling adventures. However, today, we're going to be doing absolutely none of that, because I am a dastardly deceptive British individual, and that means I want to see how far I can push this game with a very silly impossible challenge. I want to see if it is possible to beat Planet Coaster 2 with only one swimming pool. So let's begin a brand new franchise theme park. Today we shall be creating the wonderful water park of Phalanx Aqua. If you translate this from Latin, it basically means false or deceptive water, which is kind of what we're doing today. After all, our guests are arriving expecting one of the greatest water parks ever conceived, and one of the highest rated theme parks in the universe, but all they're going to be met with is currently an empty field. But yes, after that, we will have a water park. There are a horde of people wanting to come into the park, like the legendary Sydney Daughtery, or Dorhat, I can't even pronounce these names. Many of them have turned up with their families, and they all have very complicated specifications. Things that they like, various thoughts and feelings they have, their kind of budgetary limitations, what their tolerances are for rides, and who's part of their group. So of course, ladies and gentlemen, we need to actually build a park for them to enjoy. Of course, in order to make that a reality, we are going to create a perfect park that will hopefully manage to trick everyone into deciding that a visit to my theme park is a smart idea. But before we get into the metagaming of this challenge, I think we should build ourselves our first pool. So yes, right here we're going to place down our huge pool. Wha-bam! There we go. It costs us $7,000 to place. It wants to be called Swimming Pool 1, but this shall actually be called Mega Pool 5000. Now, Mega Pool 5000 is a relatively basic swimming pool. It has a few ladders, a few diving boards, 2 lifeguards, and that's it. However, Mega Pool 5000 is special. Because it is quite large, this pool is worth $4.79. You see, in this game, we can charge for entry to our park, which we're not going to do. But what we can charge for is the pool pass. This is the fee that all guests must pay if they want to actually get into a swimming pool. And it is based off of a few key statistics. The main one, of course, being the size of the swimming pool. A 1x1 square swimming pool is worth about 22 cents. But a large pool like this, well, it's worth quite a bit. But guests need more than just a swimming pool, so let's get all of these facilities set up. Firstly, our guests need a guest services building. This building allows them to actually buy tickets for the water park. Then we're going to need some changing rooms. After that, some basic toilets. We'll give them a sushi stand, a slushy shop. Then we're going to want a splash emporium, which is a shop that sells pool supplies. And then I can guess we can always get some regular old pizza. There we go. Who doesn't like pizza? Splendid. But yes, our pool is now set up nicely. Of course, because we've actually improved the pool a little bit by adding some of these nearby shops, which is adding to the overall vibe, the prestige of this pool has increased, meaning the pool pass is now worth $6.15. Very nice indeed. And with that, I believe we should be able to actually open up. So we're going to open up all of our lovely little shops, and that means that our park will also now be open for business. There we go. People can now enter. Our first actual family are here. It's the Bigelow family. That's right. They're here, and they have decided to buy themselves a pool pass, which means we have actually made ourselves a little bit of money. They have in total spent $30.75, because this is a family of 5, meaning each of them needs to buy a pool pass. And of course, they love the fact that the park entry is free, so because the park is free to enter, they don't mind paying $30 on a pool pass. That seems like an utter bargain. Of course, in reality, that means the park entrance fee is $30, but we're just not going to question that at all. Anyway, here come a bunch of people, all of whom are happy and ready to pay for the pool pass. And because of that, we can see that our money is starting to increase in the corner, as well as the total guests in the park. We are up to 130 people have arrived for what is a barren plot of land and a singular pool called Mega Pool 5000 that can only fit 124 people. There are 250 people in the park. We might have a problem here, but that's okay. Everyone can just take turns. And look, our first few people are in the pool. They're jumping on in. Fantastic. Seymour Atkinson and Kerry Gaston all having a lovely contented time. As we can see, their current moods are rather high because they are jumping around in an exciting swimming pool. Because I've opened up a few more of these shops, the scenery rating has gone up to 24%, which is very nice indeed. But $7.21 isn't actually good enough, and so we're going to engage in a little bit of cheesiness to increase the price of the pool. Now, of course, a larger pool will make more money, and physically expanding the pool would raise the price, but that's also going to cost us money to build. Instead, how about we buy ourselves some pool ladders? These are incredibly cheap to purchase, and we can just place them down everywhere. And so that is what I'm going to do. I simply run along the wall and place down as many pool ladders as possible. It turns out that that increases the value of the pool, so we are now up to $8 worth of swimming pool here. We can, of course, take this once again even further with other kinds of extras, like the $2.50 Sun Lounger. But I can simply hold down my auto pool, so we need... Right, now, one exploit I have found that is pretty exciting is related to this lovely little slide here. You see, this being a multi-participant slide, the game simply rotates where people are sat, and it intends to fill every spot of the ride. There are a total of 5 slides, and whilst they are all counted as one ride, they are also all counted as separate rides. This creates a very interesting situation because we can price them all separately. For example, the wonderful Ellis Skelton here is riding lane 1, which costs a measly 80 cents. That's incredibly affordable. However, this child over here, little Miss Fusetti, well, she's deciding to ride on lane 3, which costs $30 to ride. So yes, this small child is about to spend $30 on a ride. And there we go. Don't ask where she's got the money from, but because when she entered here, there was a chance she was going to get on an 80-cent ride, the AI decided it was a smart and wise fiscal decision. When it reaches the top, it has no say in the matter. It is simply assigned to its location. But just how high can we go? I have absolutely no idea, so I'm just going to enter in the highest number it allows me. Okay, $200. There we go. So if anyone rides this, it is $200. To make the others more appetizing, we'll make them incredibly cheap at just 30 cents each. And there we go. After our alterations, we should see even more people flock to our wonderful creation. Anyway, here we go. This small child here is riding with his family. It's the wonderful Thorpe family. Unfortunately, little Carol Thorpe has decided to sit down in the lane of bankruptcy. And there we go. They've just spent $200 on the world's worst flume. And how do they feel? Well, they think it was great. They rate their overall park experience to be 4.4. That's incredible. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have our first end of day, our first pool. However, for us to make money and get more guests in the park, we need to increase our overall park rating to the corner. By doing so, you'll notice that our pool pass is now costing actually accept Acropolis, very cool. Okay, so we are now quite a way into day 2, over halfway through. And something I've noticed is that basically the AI kind of just dies after a certain point. Mostly they just spend all of their time swimming in place. Now, I would say that potentially I'm the cause of this problem, but it is hard to tell with the game dying in the way that it is. I mean, it's not too bad. There are 4,000 people in our park, with a nearly infinite turnover rate of those people. And after all, we can only fit 700 people inside of the pool, so maybe we actually could do with expanding it. Is it possible for me to just duplicate the mega pool? Okay, this is definitely going to crash the game if anything does. Let's drop down a save, pause the game, click the mega pool, click duplicate. Okay, now, there is no frames technically moving, but my mouse still functions, so that's good. I'm just going to keep it still right here, and we might be able to place down the mega pool. Oh my goodness, this game is, really dying. The textures are breaking down. It is functioning still, though. There is also just an absolute clog of people stuck in the middle of the map, uneconomically viable to kick people out of our... We're going to close the park. There we go. Look at all these people who just entered. They are now immediately having to leave. They didn't even get any time in the pool. About to cross into the 1 million mark. So we now have a double-sized park entrance, and I'm hoping that that should actually allow us to increase the throughput. And as you can see, yep, $1,040,000 in the bank. Very nice. Look, by other creators, was worth only 500,000 print of space. And so, yes, and the best way to do that is to increase the average experience of your guests.